9% drop in the acceptability of elephant riding amongst the public. We've seen the travel industry really step up to this, with over 200 travel companies now eliminating elephant riding from their itineraries and moving further than that as well. And we've actually started to see a ripple effect from that demand reduction, with attractions like elephant camps in Thailand really willing now to talk to us about changing their business model, moving away from things like riding to becoming fully elephant friendly. So it's really exciting.
Okay, and barriers that you're still trying to pull down?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a way to go. Elephants is the start. There's 500,000 or more animals in captivity, so we've got other species to address. Yesterday we did launch a new report called Associated with Cruelty, which really looks at the role that travel associations can play in this. And we are really, we have a call to travel associations to join us and set strong guidelines for members, and also to implement those guidelines, because they are a player at the moment that are noticeably absent from the issue. So we'd like to speak to them, and we'd like them to do more, and to join in the solution.
Congratulations, and thank you very much indeed. Please give them a round of applause. So this category combined the conservation of species and animal welfare, and I said that quite a few aspects to that really, so it was always likely the category would produce 2 gold awards, right? And it has. So French Ford won gold in the India Responsible Tourism Awards in 2018. The World Awards judges wanted to recognise the significance of this rewilding initiative in India, and a conservation strategy more common in Africa. So that's an example of tourism being actually used to achieve existing conservation objectives. French Ford have asked that Harold Goodwin collect the award on their behalf, and they suffered considerable damage, you'll be aware, as did much of Kerala from flooding, and all their resources have been invested in recovery. So, Harold, why did the judges like French Ford?
I think what's really impressed the judges was the fact that the idea of creating a connection between areas of conserved land, which we see a lot in Africa, we're finally seeing it emerging in India. One of the problems about tourism development around wildlife areas is that it often stops the movement of animals, which means the gene pool becomes smaller and there's no interconnection. So for India, it's a really remarkable step forward, and the fact that tourists are there is helping to stop the poaching and the other problems.
Harold, thank you very much indeed. The volunteers, and some of them, the volunteers there, are very real eco-tourists. They've been instrumental in helping collect the data required to make informed decisions about the effective conservation of endangered and threatened African wildlife species in Botswana, Seychelles and South Africa. So, would Jane Edge, representing World Animal Protection, come up to the stage to receive the award? Sri Lanka Wildlife Conservation Society has taken some very innovative initiatives to reduce elephant-human conflict. Solar-powered fencing, growing oranges as a buffer crop, and beekeeping, and the 24-passenger ellie-friendly bus launched in 2016, and that enables children to get safely to school through an ancient elephant corridor. Right, next category, employment. The judges were looking for businesses with a demonstrated commitment to decent and fair working conditions. And we've been looking for applications that calibrate the remuneration. It's okay to say that you're doing it, but you need to be able to measure it. And against the minimum wage, the national minimum wage is one way of doing it. Intrepid Colombo has done that. In Sri Lanka, the minimum wage for tour leaders is set at 2,500 the local currency per day, but their range is 4,000 to 5,750 per day, plus allowances and an annual bonus. So would Natalie Kidd, Managing Director of Peak DMC Intrepid Group, come up to receive the award, please? So ultimately, presumably, improving pay and conditions does make business sense. Would you experience that?
Absolutely. Working in tourism, our people are our greatest assets. We want the best people working for us, both in an office environment, but also in the example of leaders, of course, are out on the ground interacting with our travelling customers. And just rewarding them for the wonderful job they do. Hopefully we can continue to encourage them and also deliver the best possible experience for our passengers.
Thank you very much indeed. Please congratulate her. Thank you. Now, Mother Ivy's Bay Holiday Park pays substantially more than the government's living wage and an end-of-season bonus to help seasonal workers transition between jobs or benefits. Would Patrick Lamay, the owner of Mother Ivy's Bay Holiday Park, come to the stage, please, to receive the award? Congratulations.
1, 2, 3, tell my hand to come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. You look so fine that I really want to make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on, get your kicks, but you don't need money with the fish.
Now, the WTO has just published advice on coping with over-tourism. The judges were looking for examples of destinations which are managing tourism to ensure that they remain good places to live and to visit. Barcelona has developed a wide range of demand and supply side strategies, very impressive actually, and tools to manage tourism better and to ensure that the city remains a very good place to live and to visit too. So the judges recognise that Barcelona has developed and tested a great many methods of managing tourism to ensure that tourism fitted better with the needs of the city. Would Joan Torella and Susana Flores come to the stage to receive Barcelona's award? Are you escaping? I think she's... there you go. I was just wondering, what, if you were to point to one initiative that was the most effective, what would it be?
Well, being a city, an urban destination with success means that has some effects over the city. It's important to manage these effects and to involve the local community in this management, and also to consider the visitors as like inhabitants, temporary inhabitants in the city, and don't separate among us.
Thank you very much indeed, and congratulations. So that problem is not unique to Barcelona, of course, so it's worth having a look at what they've been doing. Over-tourism isn't just in cities either. We've seen there were protests about the negative impacts on Kumarakov. Effective action has been taken to reduce environmental pollution, which is another problem, and to create economic opportunities for local people. So the village life experiences have been a great hit with tourists. There's now very little opposition there to tourism. Would Mr. Kalakampally, Surendran and Mrs. Rani George come up to the stage to receive Kerala's award. Is a lodge and hub for the promotion and development of local ethnic art and craft of the Banda, Songa and Lobewa people. Their work is now being extended to the Makuleke people, and they are opening a craft art centre at Victoria Yards in Johannesburg. Would Jane Edge, representing Wildlife Act, come to the stage, please, to receive the award? A group of rural accommodation providers and other small tourist businesses have come together to create and bring to market a walking or cycling journey that links several Casa Rurals in 7 different rural settlements along historical pastoral pathways. It's growing organically and deserves to be replicated. This UK Darwin-funded initiative has worked with 14 small enterprises, trained over 300 local people in basket weaving, guiding, carving, horticulture and apiculture. In the final phase of the project, there should be evidence of the impact of the intervention on the livelihoods of the beneficiaries, and the judges look forward to seeing it. Now, I told you that there will be one final award, and this overall award for 2018 is from the 8 gold winners running this year. So, would all the gold winners join us on the stage now for a group photograph? I'll keep going while you do that. If you could come to the stage, the gold winners. And then I will tell you who it is. I don't want to give the game away before the big photograph. I think I have given the game away already.